Welcome back to Eyewitness News Mornings at 10 on this blustery Monday morning. Wanted to look back over the past 24 hours at some of our peak wind gusts. Those winds really ramped up yesterday afternoon, with Eaton's Neck seeing a max wind gust of 60. We made it to 58 for Bayville, Perth Amboy, and Middlesex County, but even White Plains, Islip, Brooklyn College all saw wind gusts in the range of 50 to 55 miles per hour. Now today, the wind not quite as intense, but it's still windy enough to make a big difference in how it feels out there. 42 degrees is the air temperature out there, but the wind chill is something we've been watching all morning long. Air temps in the 30s to our north and west, but when you factor in the wind, it feels like 20s and 30s. This is what it will feel like well into this afternoon as that breezy wind continues. So make sure to take the heavier jackets, the coats, as you head out and about today. Feels like 29 in White Plains, just 35 in the park, with a wind chill of 35 in Belmar as well. These gust speeds might not be as impressive as what we saw yesterday afternoon and last night, but it's still windy enough to really be a nuisance. We're looking at a wind gust of 38 right now in Islip, 37 for Bridgeport, 30 for Central Park and Newark. So a blustery afternoon, and we'll continue with these wind speeds for the next several hours. Now, as we head into tonight, we will weaken those winds to the point where it might not be as much of a nuisance, but a noticeable breeze does take us overnight into tomorrow morning. That being said, the peak wind that we expect today happening between now and about sunset later this afternoon. And that means it will continue to feel much colder than it actually is, with our wind chill hovering in the 30s today, even with actual air temp making its way to the 40s. Also watching a few flurries for some of our northern neighborhoods. Most of this is pretty inconsequential, but it looks like Dutchess County getting a few flakes, up near the Catskills, and Sullivan County a few flakes as well. Where the rest of us, it's just a mix of sun and clouds to go with our cold and windy day. Our actual air temperatures today making their way to the mid 40s under a mix of sun and clouds. Again, it feels much colder than that, but we'll clear out the cloud cover overnight into tomorrow morning. So a clear sky and cold conditions is how we'll start our Tuesday. Air temps tomorrow in the 30s, many of our suburbs sub-freezing, and then our highs tomorrow, we might tack on a few degrees to what we expect for today. So not as harsh, but it's still cool with highs just in the mid to upper 40s. We are looking at some cloud cover returning tomorrow, and by late tomorrow night, even the potential for a few showers. That'll favor areas well south of New York City, but can't eliminate the possibility of a few showers across the board overnight into Wednesday morning. We'll stay on it. For today, expect that mix of sun and clouds, a few flurries for our northernmost neighborhoods as that brisk breeze continues. You see our highs make their way to the low to mid 40s, but remember that will continue to feel like the 30s because our wind gusts will continue 30 to 35, maybe 40 miles per hour in some spots through this afternoon. Once the sun sets tonight, the wind does start to diminish. It doesn't wrap up completely. It does stay breezy, and that means our air temps in the 30s will continue to feel colder. But tomorrow is not nearly as harsh. Yes, it's still cold. Yes, it's still a bit on the breezy side, but the wind is weaker, and temps get a few degrees on today. So 48, although that is still coat weather in my opinion, not going to feel quite as uncomfortable as what we're facing right now. In general, this week is cool. Highs kind of hover in the 40s. Mix of sun and clouds. We're watching that rain chance overnight Tuesday into Wednesday morning, maybe a few showers in the evening on Thursday, and then it looks like we finally start to build in slightly more mild air as we head toward the weekend.